Alright, green group. I meant, well, you're still green group, but yeah. We are sort 35 in the blue book, and we are looking at Latin roots. And we actually started a new section in the book where they're not always going to be literally what the meaning of the root is. And so this can be a little tricky, and I'm going to try and make our videos pretty quick so that you can spend some time on that first day looking up the words that you don't know the meanings to, because it's really going to help you really deepen your understanding. So here are our meanings, and if you have not been doing this, please write them on your headings so that you have them to refer back to. So duck and duct mean to lead, CQ and sec mean to follow, flu means to flow, and ver or vert means to turn. And we've seen duck or duct before in our vocabulary, so you're going to see some overlap there. So I'm going to quickly go over these, and then we'll talk about just a couple things with it being a little different like I was talking about, and then we'll go from there. So superfluous, subsequent, educate. Where does, oh, there we go. Reduce, influx, inverse, consequence, convert, that's over here, abduct, extrovert, induce, sect, conductor, affluence, fluctuate, conversation, vertigo, deduct, consecutive, and fluent. Okay, so overall these are going to be words, and I've realized green is kind of hard to see sometimes on the video, so I hope that this is clear to you. Okay, so really quick, let's make some things make sense. So if we look at ver or vert, we know that it means to turn. So reverse literally does mean to return or turn back. But words like convert and it's similar conversion, which we don't actually have as one of our words. You're not actually turning something, right? Physically, but you are changing it from one thing to another. In other words, I'm turning it from, say, ounces to pounds. Another example is conversation. You're not turning something, but in a conversation, you are kind of turning back and forth between people as you talk. So that's a good example. Another one is we're going to look over here at flu, which means it used to mean specifically to flow, and only that. But so like fluid flows, right? And so that's an example of a very literal meaning. But like affluence, it has to do with having wealth and kind of an impact around those around you. And so it kind of, a way to think about it is that wealth flows to those with affluence. So that's one example of another example of it changing. Let's see if we can't find another one. There's also one other thing I wanted to chat about, but I'm not seeing. Conduct was one that we were going to talk about, and how, depending on how you say it, like conduct or conduct, it changes the meaning. But anyways, I guess that's not one of our words. That was just an example I could add on if I wanted. And we are going to cut off because I wanted you to have time to look up the words you don't understand. So now is your time. Pause, quickly copy this down, and then take the next. I think you have about 5 to 10 minutes left to look up some words on the Chromebook or in a dictionary to help you understand and see the connections to their roots, because that's a huge part of being in this sort. Also, post if you have any questions.